One, two, three.
Good day, everyone. Thank you very much to those who came in time. I know it was difficult to give up the coffee break, to stop all the talks with other partners and to come here. So this is why I'm super much delighted that you came. My name is Anastasiya Eroho. I'm the head of marketing department here in Gurtam. And the topic of my presentation is how to get marketing under control. But first, I would really ask you to put down your name and your email in this list. The thing is that after the training, we are going to share some of the materials I will discuss during the presentation, and that's why we really need your emails. So this is the list, and I pass the list and the pen. Thank you so much. So the official part is over. Thanks God it was short. So let us start. Actually, when I was thinking about what kind of topic to take for my presentation, I started to memorize and to recognize all the requests we got from partners. And basically, during the last year, the most recent one was kind of this: how to get marketing under control. But this topic sounds like super huge for me. It sounds like, okay, guys, teach me violon. So it's too wide. That is why there is a plan, what we will discuss today. So firstly, why do we need marketing is the crucial question. Second one, we will talk a little bit about the marketing audit you can do. Then we will discuss the must-have set of the channels that you should use. Then we'll talk about the team, because it's pretty good to have the channels, it's pretty good to have the aims and to understand what to do, but the second question is resources. Who will do this? Setting up a system. We will discuss 3 crucial steps how to actually get marketing under control. And then I will share 3 insights, 3 absolutely practical questions, 3 absolutely practical steps about the things that can be done tomorrow. So let's begin. If you remember, I told you that this question of this training session was not from my head, it was from the partners. And basically, when I was analyzing the profile of the partner who approached us with this question, I understood that the profile is really very the same. So just have a look. It was quite a successful businessman with few years on the market, with a set of clients, with a good understanding of what's going on in the sphere. But at the same time, they also did something in marketing. They already used some channels. They even had a small budget for this. But at the same time, they didn't have any marketeer or an agency. They did not have a set budget. At the same time, they were always afraid that they paid too much, then they spent too many money. And they did not have any focus. So they tried all the time different things. So they got an idea, okay, I like this idea, I go for it. Or I have money, okay, I invest this money in some channel. So no system. It was the crucial point. So at the same time, the guys were successful, but without any structure or system. Sounds familiar for someone of you? So maybe someone have recognized. Please raise your hands if Mr. Samir, I see also 2 hands here. Probably this training is for you, and this is the profile of the partner I was thinking about when I was doing this training session. And I really hope that even if the situation is a bit different in your company, so anyway, you will get some inspiring insights from this. So let us start. But before, let's break some ice. I think that the main idea of this conference is networking. So this is why I would really ask you to divide into pairs, to find a pair, to turn around or to turn to the left or to the right, find a pair and talk with this person. Introduce yourself, what's your name, tell where you're from, and then share the information. Who does marketing in your company? There is a small list you can use, nobody, or me, or administrative staff, or everyone. We have 1 minute for this, so please, guys, divide into pairs, find someone you don't know, turn around or turn to the left or to the right, find a person to talk. Don't be shy, come on. That's the idea of the conference, to find new connections. Wow, people are moving, great. So again, what's your name? Where are you from? And who does marketing in your company? You already know each other, it doesn't work. Find someone new. Okay. "30 seconds left. And now, the other task for you. Now, please, guys, now turn to the other side and find a different person to talk with. So turn around and turn left if you were turning right, and talk with the person. Again, what's your name? Where are you from? And how have you spent your last $100 of marketing money? And so here are the possible ideas: search engine optimization, social media, email marketing, or direct mail. So now please find another person to talk. And here are the questions to discuss. Wow, I see people are moving, great. Okay, 30 seconds left. Thank you so much for being active, for changing places, for finding new people. I hope this is the first step of the marketing audit we will talk about later. So let's move forward and start with the most crucial question. Does anyone need any more time to talk? Okay, then I will proceed. So basically, one of the most important questions is, why do we need marketing? Marketing is absolutely important because it has the direct influence on money. So it means that marketing is in charge of having a constant flow of leads to the sales departments. So the new clients acquisition. This is the first function. The second one that is also very important is keeping the clients loyal. So marketing is in charge of client retention. And the third one is the brand awareness. When I talk about brand awareness, many people say, okay, this kind of marketing stuff, it doesn't matter, it's only words. But no, it's not only words. It's very much important. Of course, it's much more important in B2C, when you are immediately making the decision what kind of product to buy, but at the same time in B2B, it's also very nice and it's very important to have it. The thing is that it shortens the sales cycle. So we know that the sales cycle is really long in our business. When you work with the brand, when you work with the known brand, your salesperson can really save some time in doing presentations, so the brand works really well. The brand builds an image of an expert. So how can you be an expert if you work in a no-name company? No way, it doesn't work. So this is the two-side connection. When you're an expert, you make your brand stronger. When your brand of the company is strong, everyone will treat you as an expert. So the next thing is that to discuss, it shows that the niche leadership. So when your company has a strong brand or you work with strong brands, it shows the niche leadership, which is also very important for decision making. It reduces price sensitivity. It means that people will be ready to pay more if they work with known brands. So that is why I hope so from my explanation you understood that marketing is like really, really important because it has the direct impact on sales. So that is why it should be, and because it is the process, it should be target-oriented, it should be consistent and focused. So this is the topic of the presentation. We will discuss how can you make marketing this, how can we use these three characteristics in our marketing. But first of all, when I was doing this presentation, I was thinking, okay, so what's the situation with marketing in our partner community? My boss, Alexander Kushinov, told me that when we have the conference, like 8 years back, the partners were, and he made the presentation about marketing and said that everyone should have a website. A lot of partners laughed. So they were really laughing. They told that a serious business can sell without a website. But times changed, and for us now it sounds like very funny because how can you sell without a website? 2 years ago, we did a very huge study and we made a survey and we asked a lot of partners, basically like 400 of partners out of 1,000, so really big amount, about the processes and about the people who are doing marketing in their companies. So basically 82% of the company had marketing activities. So the situation was really improving. The last year, basically this year, the statistics showed us that 80% of the companies had marketing activities. So I think that it's more or less the same. 2% doesn't mean much. And we also noticed that more than 25% applied for marketing support. So the amount of requests about the marketing support really grew. So that is why I think that the level of marketing is increasing in our community. When I was thinking about this, I thought, okay, I need to show you an example of the website that is really good. But how can I choose? I need to choose a random one. So when we were picking the badges for this conference, you can see the pictures. It's real-time pictures from Friday. I just took one badge, and surprise, surprise, it was the guys who connected the anniversary unit, the Lexon GPS guys from Canada. And I thought, okay, I will check their website. So what have I noticed? I opened the website and I understood that it was done really well. I mean, it was well structured. It has a very nice phone number, easy to find, good preposition, good offer, all the verticals they're working with, very good buttons, CTA buttons, easy to find, easy to click. So they were really nice. And I thought that, yes, these guys really understand why do they need marketing. But what about you? So we understand what are the functions of the marketing. But what about you? How can you understand what's going on with your marketing activities? So to think about this, I really suggest to answer one question. How many of you have a business card? 80%, I think, in the audience. So think about your business card. Who did it for you? Was it a designer? Was it a marketing agency? Or you printed it last minute? Or you did the design yourself? Or probably you had a marketeer who spent like half an hour on doing sophisticated design and choosing the paper? I mean, it's the funny question, but at the same time, it's a good approach how to think about your marketing, how to think about the processes, how to think about the people who are responsible for marketing. Is it really a system, or is it a chaotic kind of things? Is it a chaotic number of steps and actions you do? But of course, it's more a funny fact. If you would like to perform a more serious audit, here is the checklist for you. So what should you think about? First, who is in charge of marketing in your company? Is it divided between different people, or there is a responsible one, or you do everything by yourself, and nobody is doing this? It happens also. What exactly is being done? What kind of channels do you use? Do you have a strategy or a plan? Or you act chaotically? Or you have a very good idea and you go for this idea? Or you see that competitors are doing something and you also do the same situation? Or you have a plan. Is it spontaneous, or do you rework this plan? Is it the same all the time, or you think about it every month or every quarter and rework this? How do you measure the effectiveness and the results? Do you calculate any type of numbers? Or you only calculate the money spent on marketing? Do you have a dedicated budget? Is it reworked, or is it all the time the same? Do you know anything about the competitors? And if yes, what are the sources that you get the information from? How do you get the news? How do you get the updates? What is your target audience? Is it segmented somehow or not? And is your target audience segment put on the paper or are only in your head? These are crucial questions to think about. The good news is that to do the audit is really worth spending time, and I will share this presentation in my.gurtam.com, and you will also have this checklist. So I really encourage you to spend like at least one day to think about this, because it will help your marketing to be structural and to become a system. There are also practical steps what you can do. So if I were you, I would sit down and make the list of channels. What do I do in marketing? So just one by one, I would put all the steps I do, all the channels, all the activities for the last 6 months. So the period of 6 months is a good one because it is sufficient, it's enough to understand the picture in general, but at the same time, it's time saving. So you will not spend like years to understand what's going on. So then, please check, does your marketing effort correlate with the targets you have? Because it's really crucial. How does channel A helps to achieve business goal B? Or how can you improve channel A to get to the business goal B better? So I'll give you an example from the Russian region. We had a partner whose business target for the year was to have more new clients. And he said, okay, what can I do? And at this time, on our previous conference, we do a very nice training session about how to conduct seminars and conferences. And he thought, okay, I will conduct a conference because it's a good idea. Gurtam advised this, and Gurtam maybe will go and visit my conference as a speaker, so why not? So the guys did the conference. It was really huge. It was really successful, and they invested money, but the problem was that they did it for the current clients. So it was really good. The current clients were very much satisfied, but at the same time, there were no new leads there. So the idea was good. The approach was good. Everything was done like in time, very nice type, very nice quality, very nice contact, but it didn't correspond with the goal at all. So this is the question to think about. Does your channels really correlate with the goals? Calculate the number per channel. So it's really difficult. This is a really tough question that hurts. If you do some kind of digital marketing, it's easier because all the numbers are already there. There are lots of numbers, and I just share few on the slide for the website, for the social media, And for the email marketing, you will have all these presentations, so, or you can make pictures and then come back to the presentation. Then, discover the sources of leads. This is also very crucial. Does anyone has the statistics? What are the main sources of leads in your company? So from where does your potential clients come? Anyone? One per, wow. This is very good because I have a section in the presentation to talk about this. I think that we can share some valuable experience from Gurtam. Check how your marketing interacts and cooperates with sales, because sales and marketing are really connected with each other. I would say they are interconnected, so they're super close to each other, and all the salespeople should know what does the marketeers do, because they really need to know what kind of contents they post, what kind of information they give to the leads, they give to the current clients, because they are the second step of the communication. So now we understand what are the functions of marketing, and more or less we can understand where are we now. So the third question is, what kind of instruments should we use? At this chart, you can see the results of the huge survey we did for the Russian region. So basically here we're comparing 2 years. The last year in red and this year in blue. So you can see the dynamics. The chart is sorted by this year. So the cold calling was the most widespread channel, then came the social media, then Google Ads, then email marketing and search engine optimization. So when we look at the dynamics, we see that participation in expos, advertising in print, and TV decreased. What about the channels that increased? It's the social media and partner conferences. So basically, my colleagues will have a training regarding the B2B marketing trends, and one of the trends will be personalization. So when people are talking to people, that is why social media and partner conferences are really important in this extent. So when we talk about the must set, this is the following. I excluded cold calling from this because it's not really marketing, it's more about sales, and we are talking about marketing. So what do we have left? We have a good website. So it means that this is the website optimized for Google with Google Ads, also the social media and email marketing. So this is basically a standard set you should start with if you do not have any marketing activities and you're thinking about what kind of channels should I use. So the other question is, are you really doing this and how is it organized? So let's discuss this. A very important thing is that when you would like to implement all of this, there is no need to try to implement everything in one time. The thing is that you will never understand what was really working and what was not. And you also need a big budget if you would like to try everything at the same time. So what I would suggest is to take the simplest channel, the one you are very good in, and try to do something in this. And then you will measure the effectiveness and understand, was it good or was it not really good? The second thing is that social media. I'm talking about social media all the time, and it's kind of trend, but the thing is that no one is really sure will it work or not. And when people think about social media, they try to implement all the possible channels, all the possible Facebooks, LinkedIn's, Instagram, YouTube, and even TikTok. I was really talking to a partner who tried to use TikTok. Is there anyone in the audience who knows what's this? So this is the kind of social media with videos, and from my point of view, the target audience is like Korean girls 13 years old, right? So it's kind of strange for monitoring business. So the guys tried to implement it and said, oh no, it's a failure. Social media doesn't work for me. And I was like, really? So what would I suggest is that you take one channel and try to go with this, and also evaluate, is it any possibility that your target audience will be in this channel or not? And don't be afraid to change with the audience. So we will have, just after we'll have a special training about this, about the B2B marketing trends. So, okay, now we understand what kind of channels can we use. But the main question is, the resources. Who will do this? So let's discuss. This is again the results of the survey we did among the partner community. And the question we asked was, who is responsible for marketing in your company? So let's have a look at the answers. The biggest sector is administrative staff or secretaries who are doing the majority of marketing in our community. So then goes the marketeers, then goes all departments. Some people said that there is no marketing activity at all, and the marketing agencies and the marketing departments were somewhere here. So just think about this. In the marketeer is one person, and department is many. So this is the question for those who didn't, or maybe you can one more time.
Why is separated in terms of percentages?
It is separated because...
Why?
Yeah, because the department is many people. So we would like to distinguish the difference. Of course, that one marketeer is not so powerful as the department itself. So that is why we just distinguished it. So basically, the idea was to separate professionals from non-professionals, to understand who's not doing marketing at all, and to see how many agencies are involved, to which extent. So what have we seen? That only 8% are working with marketing agencies, when at the same time, for example, in America, that is a very developed country in terms of marketing, 62% of B2B companies from the small and medium enterprises are working with agencies. So it's really widespread. And I really encourage you to think about this. So now we know that the majority of marketing is done by the secretaries. And maybe you think that it's high time to hire a marketeer, or it's high time to go to the agency. So the first question you will face, what kind of activities should I do in-house, and what kind of activities I can do outsource? And this is the question. What to do in-house, and what is better to give to outsource? So this is the list. Goals, objective, market research, positioning, segmenting. So all the high-level plan. The second one is generation of content, or a plan. The content for presentation, text for the website, blog, email campaigns. Then developing your website. Then basic SEO, and then the search engine optimization support. Social media, paid ads, complicated designs, and organizing a seminar. So my question to you is, what kind of activities will you do in-house? And what kind of activities you would like to outsource? And once again, I would like to ask you to stay in pairs and to discuss it. So this is the question, and these are the options. So please, once again, in pairs, can you please discuss and figure out what points from here you will do inside the company? So you will never give it to an agency. You will never give it to the freelancer. So we have 3 minutes for this. I really encourage you to join pairs and to discuss. And then we will discuss it all together. 1 minute left. Are we ready? Can we start discussing? The last 15 seconds to finish the last idea. Okay, so let's have a look at the list once again. In this very slide is my idea. How would I think about this question? So in-house activities are marked with the house, basically. So it's easy. Everything from the high-level plan should be done in-house. It's my firm belief. The generation of content too. So what would I suggest is to start with a plan. When you have a plan, what kind of content would you like to publish? Then you can make the technical tasks. Then you can make the tasks to freelancer who will do this. But the plan, the generation of ideas should be done in-house. And also the social media. So I would suggest that you start with social media in-house. Try one channel and then understand, does it work or not? So what about the outsource, guys? Basically, it's everything that's left. So it's developing or reworking your website. It's like 100%. Give it to the specialist. They will also do the basic search engine optimization for the website before it will be launched. Then they can do the sales support. The other thing is paid ads. I will really suggest to hire someone for this because it's a very complicated topic and it's really expensive. So it's very easy to spend all your budget if you do it in-house, not in an efficient way. Same with the complicated designs and also organizing a seminar. So if you would like to organize a big conference or a seminar, it will be easier to find someone, to find an agency that will help you. Basically, during the last year, many partners approached me with the question, okay, I'm ready to hire my first marketeer. So what are the requirements? What should this person know? So this is my answer for our type of the companies. The basic requirements are understanding of marketing fundamentals. So a person should have a knowledge of all the basic channels we're discussing. Maybe very high level knowledge, maybe not going into deep details, but at the same time, at least any experience with all the channels. Then goes the knowledge of content marketing. So publishing in different channels and event marketing. Then an ability to write text. It's very important in our sphere because we are selling a very complicated product. And content marketing is really important here. The understanding of the social media specifics, the basics understanding of design. So the basic ability to work with graphic design programs because you give the complicated design to outsource. And there is a big amount of programs and online sources. I will also share the list for those who put down the names and the emails. I will also share a list of the online sources where you can either download free pictures or create pictures easily, even if you are not a designer. It's really good for social media, for example, for your website. Of course, if you are participating in a big event, for example, a big expo, and you pay a lot of money, it's better than to order design of the booth, for example. But if you would like to have a social media post, it's easy, and there are really a lot of online websites where you can create the picture in 2 clicks. Experience with Google Analytics and working with CMS. But the last one, it's really easy. I think that a person can start this in 2 weeks. Yes, complicated design, outsourcing, and digital, it's better to outsource or to put your new, freshly hired specialist to the courses. So, how do you think was this?
When you say digital, is that SEO?
Yeah, absolutely. Digital is like internet marketing. Yeah. So it's paid ads basically and SEO.
And is that because of the digital normally will have microsites and everything set up?
Can you please, one more time, the microphone?
With the digital marketing, SEO and all that, it's because the services already include microsites and how to generate traffic without going to AdWords or in conjunction with AdWords?
It's different because SEO, it's like optimizing your website on the very long period, so it will bring you leads on the very long distance run. So you optimize it and work with this, and without putting any extra money, it will give you the leads. On the contrary, Google Ads is when you pay a lot of money, you have like super immediate effect, but it will not last for long. So this is the difference.
So we were investing about $2,000 a month on SEO, a firm, outsourced firm that did SEO for us. And their claim, and it was very difficult for us to really measure the traffic, but their claim was that they would have our page ranked higher because of the SEO. And they had a whole infrastructure of microsites and everything else in order to rank us higher. But it wasn't quick.
It's one of the approaches,
It was
but
not quick.
search engine optimization is never quick. It's at least 3 months. It's like super fastest way you get any results. So yeah, it's more than investment.
And it was difficult for us to really understand where the traffic was coming from, if it came from AdWords or if it came from SEO.
Yeah, this is the question I will also raise in the end of the presentation. Thank you very much. So
I just have a question here.
Thank you.
So what is your personal consideration about the SEO? Because nowadays somehow there is a trend that most of the people in marketing say that SEO is not efficient so much today as it's AdWords. Meaning the fact that with all these changes in Google policy, it's very hard to be updated and actually really to change something on your SEO. I don't speak about the basic SEO. Of course, you have to have the basic SEO. I speak about really like our colleague who is paying every month for SEO. Does it, from your point of view, doesn't really make sense to do this, or better just to pay for AdWords?
It's 2 different approaches. Of course, the guys that told you that SEO is not really effective anymore, they are right to some extent. The answer is that 3 or even 4 years ago, it was much easier to gain traffic from SEO because you were able to buy links, you were able to get the keywords in the text, so it was much more easy and much more understandable. So almost everyone could do SEO. Now all the algorithms of Google and Yandex for Russia, they are changed, and it's not so clear, it's not so crisp and clear what to do. So there are more options what you can try. So that is why search engine optimization became not so easy task. So it became more complicated. That is why lazy people or people that are not really much into details think that it's not effective at all, because it's also a long distance run, and you can be never 100% sure that you will get the results you would like to have. But anyway, we have 80% of sales from the website, Gurtam, and we are investing really much in sales. So for us, this approach works really well. At the same time, if you would like to have the immediate boost, it's better to put money on Google AdWords. But at the same time, it's expensive, there is no long-lasting effect, and I will really suggest to hire someone to do this because it's complicated, a lot of settings, it's really complicated. So it's kind of difficult question to discuss in 1 minute. But anyway.
Are there SEO firms that you can outsource that you can recommend?
Forms?
firms, companies.
Companies.
Yes.
We can talk about this later, I think, because I can't do this immediately because we have the digital marketing team in-house in Gurtam. But anyway, we can search for the references. But that's a good question. So, my question was, how do you think, what is this? It's a dragon. I think it's kind of rare species. Looks like the B2B marketeer. So it's like super, really rare specialist. That is why when you are looking for a marketeer, please do not put letters B, and then 2, and then B in your advertisement. In your do not try to find the B2B marketeer because they're really rare. So better to find a person who have understanding of marketing, and then this person will get the understanding of your company. So the other question is that you would like to hire the agency. It's also a difficult process. What can be done here? First of all, you need to set goals and expectations from your cooperation. The first thing is that you should understand these goals for yourself. So you would like to have really nice reports with numbers, but the first thing is the goals, what you would like to achieve. So would you like, for example, to have 15 leads from the website per month, or you would like to have 50 leads after the Google AdWords campaign? So please think about the numbers. Discuss the real budget with your agency. What does this mean? It means that the strategy is decided according to the budget you have. So the budget really determines the set of channels they will use. So that is why they need to understand your real budget. Please avoid the wheelbarrows without a wheel. So it means that when you're choosing the agency, please check all the website and their social media. What was the time they did their last post in social media? Or what was the time when they did their first blog post? Or the last one? What awards do they have? So please study this information because they're marketing agencies. Their websites should be like candies. They should be perfect. Please challenge them if they can measure the effectiveness in numbers, because you would really need numbers, and help the marketeers. This is my point from all the marketeer community, all the marketeer society. No one knows your business better than you. So please help the guys to implement their fundamental marketing knowledge to your very business. Please tell them how does your business work, what is your structure, what is the client. Share with them the market news, because you already get them in social media, I'm sure, but the guys will never get them because they're just marketeers. So please help them to make their job more quality. But anyway, whoever does marketing, be it a secretary or a dedicated person or a marketing department or an agency, you can do it better. And I will show some steps how you can do it better. So basically, 3 first steps. They sound very, very easy, but they're really difficult. So this is the goals, the plan, and the budget. So the goals. What would you like to achieve? I'm sure that everyone knows about the SMART goals. So what is SMART? But it's really important, and I really encourage you to spend some half of the day to think about this. I do not pay much attention on this during this presentation because we have this white paper, Partners Marketing, Where to Start, and they put these hands not to forget that it's clickable. When you get this presentation, you can click. The links are here. So firstly, you can get the white paper, and there are a lot of information about setting up marketing in details. And at the same time, there is a template of the plan with all the, it's an Excel sheet with all the formulas here. So the plan, it's enacted in 3 directions: time, channels, and resources. For example, we create a plan once a year, and then we work it per quarter. And the last one is the budget. How is it calculated? Basically, there are 2 approaches. It can be an absolute amount of money. So say you're not ready to invest more than X dollars per month in marketing, or a percentage of income, say 10% of money you invest in marketing. So this amount can change when the income changes. So what do? You have the maximum money you have, then you put it in the channels, and then think, like, do I take all the money or something is left? And then you can rework it and correct. Also put 20% of unexpected circumstances, because something will happen definitely, and the situation will definitely change. And then we do the rework of the marketing budget once in 3 months, so I really encourage you to do the same. It's a good approach. But this was more like theoretic things. What are the steps that you can do already tomorrow? I already told you that there are 3 main functions of marketing. So the first one is new leads, new connections. The second one is loyalty, retention. And the third one is brand awareness. So let me share 3 steps that correlate with each and every function of this. So the first one, new leads. To understand the sources of leads. It's very, very important. Only one person in this room said that they are checking what is the source of the leads. But I really encourage you to set up this system, because this will help you to understand what kind of channels really work for you. So how it can be done. Start collecting the statistics. It doesn't matter where do you store the information about your leads, in CRM or Excel file, it really doesn't matter. Create the list of the sources where you can get the leads. So what does this mean? For example, cold calling, for example, or working with a database, or website, or say JITEX exhibition, or website article that is paid on some of the websites, or client referrals. So do the list with the definite wording. So each and every salesperson will have this list and then mark and understand what is the source. So get the complete picture with percentages. 3 months is enough to understand what channels really work for you and what sources are the best ones, so what are performing the best. You can also add how did you find us question to the form. So this is Gurtam.com website, and in our request form we have this question. See, it's obligatory with a star. So this is the list of the questions, and they go directly to CRM. So we understand what was the source of the leads who filled the form on the website. So this will help you to understand what is the effective channels and what are not. You can also use the instruments of web analytics, for example, Google Analytics, to understand what are the lead sources. For offline placement, it's really more difficult because you need to set up a separate phone number. So for example, you put an advertising on the newspaper, and then you have the separate phone number for this. So people call and you know that this is the advertising from this newspaper. Or you can use the call tracking, but it's not legal in all the countries. The second step is keeping your clients loyal, right? The client retention. And it's a very interesting question. When we were in Mexico, in Expo Seguridad exhibition, and we had a breakfast with one of the partners, and he said that, you know, my problem is that my clients remember that they have monitoring only once in a month. Who can guess why it's once in a month? Yeah, the billing, absolutely. So this is bad. It means that there is no marketing here. So please make sure that the bill is not only a reminder that guys have monitoring. So what can we do from the marketing point of view? Can be reports via email, emailings with valuable information, and greetings. But I understand that it's difficult to post an email, for example, to do the emailings regularly, because you need to have some ideas, like what to put inside, what can we speak about. So what can be the ideas? Every month we have a blog post with the VLON updates. So what's new in our apps? What's new in VLON? What new features are here? And I really encourage you to use this information, to pass it to clients. Maybe we already solved some of the pains of your clients, or maybe it will be also nice for them to understand that the system is developing. Cases of usage, it's also very nice. It shows your expertise, and it's the work on your brand. Fun facts from practice, also very nice. When you attend or organize a conference, you can take the materials you have from here and pass it to your clients. It shows that first, you attend the conference, so you would like to be up to date, you would like to understand what's going on in the sphere, and the second one is caring. So you share the information you get for money for free, so it's all about caring. And the last one, it's polls and service. Here in Gurtam, we really love service. I think you already feel this because I think we send a lot of service all the times, maybe even more than needed, but anyway, there are very nice instruments like SurveyMonkey. It's in English only, but I think it's very good. And the Google standard polls, so we use the Google one. They're really convenient. They gather all the statistics. So why the polls and service are really well. The good thing is that you can make the decisions based on the statistics information, so they're much better than the one done by intuition. And at the same time, you also share caring to people. So you are really interested in their ideas. So the second one is greetings. This is a very nice example from partner community. Mr. Samir, I think you can see the track link one. So basically people that are here in the room. Also the professional greetings and the personal. A very nice one is the work anniversary, and it's really, I mean that you will probably never know what's the birthday of your client, so it's difficult to get this information. But the working anniversary, when was the contract signed, this information is already in your CRM and your Excel files, I'm very sure. So this is a very nice idea how to have Can you guys help me, please? Can you please? Там кнопку вот сверху, почать презентацию. Sorry for this. It's the sales training. Pff, too early. Okay, once again, sailing. Just a second. I'm doing it as fast as possible. Yeah, right here. Oh, I regret I did so many animations. It will take hours. So I will not do the bottom line part because you already seen everything. Approaching. Voila. Yes, so about the greetings, about the professional anniversaries. And the last but not the least is about brand awareness. So please provide the lead with sufficient information throughout the funnel. So what does this mean? I think that everyone heard about the sales funnel, right? Right. Maybe the new idea is that you need to put corresponding content to each and every step of the sales funnel. So basically, there are 3 steps here: acquaintance, training, and conversion. So let's see the real examples. So the first one, the acquaintance. People are thinking, okay, do I really need monitoring? Do I really need this solution? So what do you need to do is to help them to understand the problem, to help them to see that they have a problem to solve. So maybe they even don't know that they have a problem. So this is the real example from the partner community. How you do this? Is the information on your website. So what are the, so why do you need my solution? What do? You will enhance operator safety and reduce cost and improve asset efficiency. So, okay, person understands, I really need this. I had problem with this and this and this, and this may help. Or a more high-level thing, 8 ways to boost your supply chain revenue. It's a blog post. Also very high level to people that do not really understand what kind of problems they have, so you show them the acquaintance part. What is the solution on the very high end? Or for example, this one. So how can our solution be useful for your businesses? How can it improve your businesses? Or this one. What are the benefits from fleet management? So this is the parts of the website, but it can be easily turned into articles. And it will be really good for search engine optimization we just discussed. So here are some negative examples. For example, on the Russian market, they really would like to use negative examples. So these are positive, see, improve, like for example, boost, improve, so it's like positive verbs. What does the Russians do? They also put negative all the time. You prevent fuel thefts, idling, violation. So this is the absolutely opposite approach, but it really works. So you can also try to do this. So the positive one, how to become more effective, how to boost, and this is one, prevent, stop, but it also works really well. The other approach to the acquaintance part is to show industry trends. So what does it mean? You show that everyone in the industry already have this. It's the industry standard. Like everyone has this. For example, this is the part of the website. See, construction industry, monitoring already there. Agricultural already there. Genset monitoring already there. So you show that everyone else already have this. So then goes the training part. Okay, person understood. Okay, I have the problem, I need to solve it somehow. How does your solution help me to solve my problem? So this is the training part. Your task here is to show how exactly your solution is working. So this is a very nice example from the Russian website. There are 3 parts. How is it working? We put the GPS tracker, we put the sensor, and then we get the data about the fleet. So 3 very easy steps, very understandable, and a very nice video. I will also share this presentation so you can click and see. There is no like language, you can just take it for your website. I mean, there is no words, only the music, and you see real people who are doing the installation, so super convincing. So this is the other very nice example how to understand, how to show how does the product works. So 3 simple steps. When you put the number and the word simple, you already won. So in icons you can see step 1, step 2. So how is it working? Also very easy, digestible, very understandable. Or for example, how does this work? Put in text, but also steps one by one, also easy to understand, and it's the training part of the funnel. And then comes the conversion. So the people understand, okay, I have problem. Okay, this solution more or less can help me to solve this problem, but what company would help me with this? And of course, you need to make a person to think that you are the company who will help. So how can you do this? Prove your expertise. So what is the best option to prove your expertise? It's real case examples. So see, here you put, I think it's also the TrackLink website. You also put the name of the company, you put the case, what was done, what was the problem, what was the solution, what was the outcome. Or this one. So you can see the screenshots from the system, you can see real pictures. They are maybe not really fancy, they do not look very sexy, but they are real. And people see that they are real. Maybe the quality is so-so, but at the same time, they see that they are not from Shutterstock, and people will believe. This one is from Russia. And why I decided to show it to you? Because I think it's ideal. So see, the picture, it doesn't matter what is written here anyway. You see the picture, it's from real life. It was done by the phone camera, so the quality is so-so, but it's real life, you already believe. Here there are 2 columns. What was previously and what was the result. Here are the numbers, and here the difference is calculated. So, for example, the working hours, the liters of fuel, money, everything is calculated. The difference is calculated here. So it's also about caring. I do not need to understand like what was here, what happened. Don't need to calculate in my head. Everything is already there. So it's a very nice example how to prove your expertise with real numbers. So I really encourage you to put this type of information on your website. So these are 3 steps that can be done, but the other question is how to implement this, because it sounds really, really difficult. Regarding the last one, Please figure out the questions that leads ask on every stage. Then check the content of your website. So do you have content for each and every step? So the acquisition, the training, and the conversion, do you have enough content? If not, please write this content and see if you can adjust the content plan to this funnel. And then please post according to plan. So this is basically it. I wanted to share with you. The presentation will be available. And the super fast bottom line, I really wanted to convince you that marketing is very important. Marketing is not about only investing money, it's also about getting money. How do you get money? We get new clients, we have client retention, and we have brand awareness. It doesn't really matter who is doing marketing in your company, be it a secretary or the separate department or the separate marketeer or an agency. You already know how to work with each and every type of the people responsible for marketing. What can you do to improve is to go on with launching, building a system and analyzing, start with conducting an audit, so dedicate some time to set up your goals and then create a plan, calculate the budget, figure out what are the channels, from where do you have the majority of leads, and see what channels are effective or not. Also, make sure that bill is not the only point of contact with your current client, and also make sure that your leads have enough information on each and every step of the sales funnel. And so please go on because you are awesome. Thank you so much for your attention. This is it. Here are my contacts. Please feel free to contact me and reach. We have the lunch. Please, let's go to Fornell restaurant. It's the one on the ground floor in this very building. Thank you very much.